and welcome to Wiki Roulette
with your hosts Max and Luke.
Kick it!
Yeah. Welcome to Wiki Roulette with me, Luke.
And me, Max.
That's right, we're back again. It's that time of the week
The time of the week.
where we're going to hit rando on the old Wikipediums and see what utter arse comes out of our mouths.
Well, quite, exactly. Shall I kick us off this week?
Yeah, well, do you want to recap what we did last week? I mean, we did go over a few
Cool.
things, didn't we?
Last week. Yeah, well, so I believe I told you about the band Iceburn.
Yeah,
And they then became the Iceburn Collective.
that's right. I dig them. I've been listening to them a little bit, and I really dig them.
They're cool,
They're a really cool band, man. I'm a huge fan of Sphinx. You know, the big 20-minute
22-minute epic. There's some kind of, like I said, some kind of Rush style vibes in there too.
Oh,
It's
mate, it's awesome. It's got lots of. I know some guys who would be so into them. They're really cool.
Yeah, it's it was a nice little find.
Yeah, nice.
First article I hit.
It was jolly good, sir.
Yeah, and then you also told me about
I told you about the TV schedule of the United States in 1975 and 6 in the evening.
Yeah, I'm gonna come clean with you. I have not been watching a lot of late night TV from 1975 and 76.
Nope, can't say I have. Didn't even bother looking into Saturday Night Live, although I've heard it's very good.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah.
I've never watched it.
No, I've been watching Attack on Titan, actually. Finally got
so
around
good.
to having a look at that. It's really good.
Yeah, have you finished it?
No, I'm right in the thick of it. It's proper deep.
It's
really
it's
dark.
harrowing.
Really dark.
It really is.
Super dark. I was like, what?
It's so dark, so emotionally charged, but it's so cool.
I love it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
great.
love it.
Anyway, so what do you want to bring to the table today, young
So
man?
today, you know the drill by now. I've hit the old random on Wikipedia, and I've come up with a chap named Gabriel Rivano.
Oh, he's
So
got a nice
he's-
surname.
Rivano. He's Argentinian.
Oh, he's Argentinian. Very cool.
He's kind of cool. He's he's kind of a polymath in that he's an expert in many fields.
Ah,
He's predominantly a guitarist and bandoneonist. He
A-
plays the bandoneon.
the bandoneon.
Are you familiar with that?
It's
instrument?
not an instrument I've ever touched.
No, it's one I've looked at now, having clicked on this article, and it's very much like an accordion from what I can tell.
I see.
But
Is that a native South American instrument?
Well, I think so. Yeah, I think it says so. According to Wikipedia, it's a type of concertina played that's popular in Argentina, Uruguay, and Lithuania. That's standard triumvirate.
Yeah, definitely South American.
Yeah. And
Lithuania.
Argentina, Uruguay, Lithuania. You know, like the three you always put together.
Well, I suppose Argentina, Uruguay is imported from Portugal, isn't it? So I suppose.
Well,
why
that
isn't
would be
Portugal-
Spanish.
What?
like-
Are they Spanish in
Yeah,
South America?
Brazil's Portuguese, I believe. and
Oh,
then
it's just Brazil, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's how ignorant I am.
it's an interesting continent, South America. They've
Yeah.
got Brazil that speaks Portugal. Suriname, I think, speaks Dutch. Guyana speak English. And then there's like French Guyana that's part of France, so presumably they speak French.
Good old France.
And I think the rest of them speak Spanish, I think.
I know Mexico speaks Spanish.
Definitely,
Yeah.
for sure. But anywho, this chap is Argentinian, so he fits into that three-way
Yeah. Part Uruguay, part Argentine, part
Lithuanian,
Lithuanian.
yeah. So he plays the bandoneon and the guitar and the flute, and
Nice.
he's a composer.
The technical term for that would be flautist, would it not?
It would, I believe. I don't know if
Wonderful.
it's flautist or flautist or flautist.
Flirtist.
I think it's probably not flautist.
or flirtist.
Flirtist. he's an expert flirter.
He's a great flirt player.
But he composes kind of chamber music, classical music, jazz and folk, that kind of stuff, which doesn't necessarily interest me tremendously. But he does some Bach, like his kind of Argentinian take on Bach.
But he's a
and-
competent player, right?
yeah, he's great. Like he's a great guitarist, and I couldn't tell you whether he's a good bandoneon player or not. I don't know what it
Knowing-
takes.
Yeah,
It's but it sounds nice.
there's no frame of reference for that.
Yeah,
is there?
it's the first time I've heard one, but it sounds lovely.
Well,
I
I
mean,
know there's a chap who plays accordion up in Bromley High Street.
oh
and
yeah,
he's
yeah.
quite good.
I've seen him. There's also an old lady that does it.
Yeah. I think they share the same one. I think
do
they're family, but
Right.
he usually does he does the theme from Godfather and
Yeah. I've
bits
heard
and
him.
bobs, and he also does. He's recently switched to doing Christmas numbers.
Okay.
He's got a Santa hat on, and he's working Jingle Bells in there, and he does like a big medley from Jingle Bells to The Godfather to goodness knows what
The
else.
standard progression.
Yeah, I mean that's where I would go
Yeah.
if I was an accordion player.
I did once consider asking him to come and do some recording with me on one of my songs. but
I've
then-
also thought about it as well.
Yeah,
I
I
walk
kind
past
of-
him every day. I feel like going up to him and going, dude, let me get you in the studio just for a minute.
Yeah, I pussied out though.
yeah.
But
I don't want to pay him. That's
yeah,
my
well,
big problem.
exactly. I don't wanna can you come record for me? But I don't want to give you any money.
I can't afford to pay myself, let alone
Yeah.
him.
Well, this chap, maybe if we could get him along, he'd be quite good to have this Gabriel Ravano guy. He
Yeah,
seems quite good.
I think we definitely have to pay him though. Like, I mean, you've
He
got to
might
fly
want
him,
paying.
fly him in from
He's
Argentina, right?
He's quite well respected, I think, in his field.
I think we're a little bit below his pay grade. You know?
Yeah, he was awarded first prize in the international competition of bandoneon, guitar, and orchestra in 1997.
Wow.
Obviously, we all know about that international competition
Well,
that takes place.
It's a very well-known award.
And well, he won it
he won it
20 years
20
ago.
years ago. I wonder who's got that title now.
Well, it could be, judging by this guy, it could be like,
It's Dwayne the Rock Johnson, isn't it?
well, you might not be that far off.
Really?
You know, going down the sort of sports route, because apparently he's also a soccer player.
Oh wow.
This guy, yeah, that's why I say he's a polymath. He's
truly a man of many talents.
yeah. So there you go. He's a very accomplished soccer player and bandoneon player, guitarist, flautist, and the thing that I found interesting when I looked him up, he's done a few covers of Beatles songs. Obviously, that interested me, being as I am something of a Beatles fan.
Surely.
As are you as well.
Absolutely.
And he does like a really relaxing kind of take on things. It's a very nice kind of relaxing classical guitar sort of feel. I think it was a version of Ticket to Ride I listened to.
Oh.
It's a really nice, just quiet acoustic guitar, and I think the bandoneon comes in a little bit later. And
Beautiful.
shall we take a little listen?
Yeah. We'll have a little. We'll find something good, and we'll have a listen to it right now.
See what I mean? It's kind of
Yeah,
nice and relaxing.
he's really good player.
Chilled out.
He's a really good player.
Yeah,
There's
I mean,
no question of that.
yeah, I'm not. It's not top of my list of things to going out and buy, but
It's very relaxing though.
yeah.
It is. I could feel
Yeah, you
feel
could have-
myself slipping into meditation.
yeah, you could meditate to it, maybe fall asleep to it.
Mm.
Go out and commit some kind of killing spree to it.
Oh,
perhaps.
absolutely.
Yeah,
It's mostly the calmer music that happens to, isn't it?
exactly. But yeah, it was interesting. It wasn't maybe quite as up my street as Iceburn were last week that I found. I do seem to be getting lucky with finding all the musicians
You
on
truly
my
are
my
somehow.
spins of the wiki wheel. Yeah. So but that's some more cool music that I've discovered, and I
Yeah.
was pretty happy with it.
No, again, if you're finding all the nuggets, aren't you?
I
All
am.
the,
So
all the good ones.
yeah, go and check him out, Gabriel Ravano.
Yep, he's the guy.
Yeah, he's the guy.
He's the guy.
But not the weekend guy.
No, but he's the best guy.
Yeah, we do know the weekend guy as well. We'll hear from him shortly. Okay, so as promised, I said last week we'd be keeping up with the exploits of Vince Gritani,
The
also known-
weekend guy.
the weekend guy. So I've tracked him down on Twitter. I mean, it wasn't hard. I just typed his name in and up he came. But so yeah, I've been looking at what he's been up to recently. Basically, nothing to report.
Nothing at all.
But I'll keep on that, and I'll let you know if he does anything interesting.
Hopefully, he's working on Series 3. Or
Hopefully, if he's working on something,
does
we
he
will
have
get
3
on that.
series?
I don't think he has one series.
Well, one can dream, can't they?
Exactly.
I mean,
But,
that intro is just a belter.
It's
so
amazing.
we've got to see some more from him.
yeah.
Maybe
So,
I will arrange to get him in somehow.
somehow we'll make it happen.
We'll dial him in through satellite. Or
But in the
through
meantime,
fax.
I'll keep on that, and I'll let you know if he does anything of any
It'd be great to
interest.
hear from him.
Yeah.
It really would.
I'll drop him a line, maybe.
Wonderful.
All right. Moving on from the weekend guy's lack of activity.
So, I've got one here for you.
Yeah, tell me, Luke. What is it?
So, how would you be able to name actors who have played Sherlock Holmes? How would you fare?
I think I could name 3.
Go on, let's have them.
Benedict Cumberbatch. I
Well-
can name 4.
Oh, 4.
Robert Downey Jr.,
Okay.
Basil Rathbone, that was I was trying to say, and the other guy who was in the TV series, the Casebook of Sherlock Holmes, I believe it's called, and his name is
I've got him here.
hang on, his name, I can't remember his name.
It's Jeremy Brett.
Jeremy Brett.
It's Jeremy Brett.
Jeremy Brett.
So, yeah, I hit random and got a list of actors who have played Sherlock Holmes.
Okay.
And it,
How many are there?
it goes on to say there's 254
Jesus
different
Christ.
portrayals of Sherlock Holmes on TV. And it started way, way back in 1905.
1905.
Yes.
Was that on the radio, presumably?
Yeah, I mean, this is actors who've played it, so
Yeah.
presumably voice actors as well. So, yeah, apparently it's very popular in Hungary and Germany to start with.
Well, that's to be expected, isn't
Yeah,
it?
So we've got
Jeremy.
Karole Bauman from Hungary in 1905 playing Sherlock Holmes in the series Sherlock Hockmeck.
So are we saying the first ever Sherlock Holmes series was Hungarian?
Yeah.
Obviously. I mean, I expected nothing less.
Well, this is a theatrical film, apparently.
A film,
yeah.
right.
It
Christ.
must have been a silent film. I mean,
Well, yeah, I don't think so, yeah.
did Hungary have silent film studios in 1905? That's
Apparently so,
very
making Sherlock
interesting.
Holmes films.
I don't really know much about Hungarian history.
I'm searching for it.
I'd like to see some more.
I'd like to see...
They must have a rich
a rich cultural
theatrical
history of...
and movie culture.
I don't know anything about Hungary or
No,
its
I know.
culture.
I must learn some more.
But now I know that they made the world's first Sherlock Holmes film.
Absolutely, and boy, are we proud of them. Boy, are
Certainly
we
am.
proud. So yeah, and then we've got Alwyn Nuis.
Let me just... Are you going to list all 254?
Oh no, I just skipped through a few of them.
Yeah, skip to the
all the
end.
best names. Like,
Are they the 4 most recent that I named? That I sort of tried to name
well,
Jeremy Brett. Basil
Cumberbatch
Rathbone.
obviously is, and Robert Downey Jr. for sure. Jeremy Brett, we're talking 1984.
80s,
Yeah,
okay.
1984 is when he started. Guy Henry, he was
Oh,
young
Jack
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Uh,
remember young Indiana Jones as well. That was good.
a really
Different,
interesting
but-
one that is a real left fielder, Peter Cushing.
Peter Cushing.
Yeah, our
He lived in
Grand
Whitstable.
Admiral Tarkin,
Yeah.
or Grand
Grand
Moff
Moff
Tarkin,
Tarkin.
even. 1968,
CGI.
he was CGI Tarkin. 1968, he was Sherlock
I
Holmes.
can imagine him as Sherlock Holmes, actually. He's got that kind of chiseled look to his face.
Elementary, my dear Watson.
Yeah.
You don't know how hard it was to sign the declaration to terminate your life,
I think,
Holmes.
yeah. I think you might be mixing up Sherlock Holmes with something else.
Nah, couldn't possibly.
That's the book where he murders thousands of people.
Well, actually, since Cumberbatch, there's been a few other Holmes actors. There's an American actor called Johnny Lee Miller.
Johnny Lee Miller. That name rings a bell. Was he in Trainspotting?
I don't know.
I think he was. He was
Our
Sick
producer's
Boy?
saying yes.
Our producer is
Our producer is saying yes.
vigorously gesticulating as to say yes. He was Sick Boy in Trainspotting.
And
Have you seen Trainspotting?
I have seen Trainspotting. That's
There
a
you go.
wonderful movie.
It's a great film.
Good old Obi-Wan's in that.
He is not as Obi-Wan though, and not Alec Guinness. It's the other one.
No, it's the other one.
Hello there.
Hello there.
That one.
Uh, so yeah, and, we've had a Russian Sherlock Holmes called Igor Petrenko.
Wait. That's the name of the actor.
Yeah, Igor Petrenko.
Right. Okay.
Or Igor. I can never pronounce.
Is he
that.
still called Sherlock Holmes though?
It's still Sherlock Holmes in Russian, apparently. You have Louis Oliver Moffat
Okay.
or Louis Oliver Moffat. I can't remember which one it is. And
Presumably related to Scarlett Moffat, the winner of last year's I'm a Celebrity.
absolutely, presumably.
I
Uh,
know my popular culture.
There's a Japanese puppetry series for Sherlock Holmes.
Amazing.
And the person who does
Yes,
the
Japan.
puppeteering for Sherlock Holmes is Koichi Yamadera.
He's one of my favourite puppeteers.
Yeah, he should have worked.
Definitely top 10.
He should have got the gig for Thunderbirds, but he missed a trick for that.
Was he not born yet?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
I say possibly.
That's a problem, that is.
And last but not least, by no means least, is Mark Craven.
Who's Mark Craven?
He is in Houdini and Doyle, The Paul of Lapeer.
Oh, that thing.
Or the
What's
Pal?
that?
Is it the Paul or the Pal?
Uh,
Paul Mall
Paul?
or Pall Mall?
Well, see, I'd say Paul as the word, but I say Pall Mall.
So do you spell GIF, or GIF?
I spell it GIF,
Or GIF?
and I pronounce it GIF.
Or GIF?
But GIF, that's SIF now.
What about GIF?
Gif sounds filthy. I don't know what it is, but it
You
just
don't go
sounds
out like that, looking like that, love.
sounds
Everyone want
like-
to see your GIF.
exactly.
Well, that went.
How did that just escalate so quickly?
Don't even worry, because I've got you covered with radio and audio drama Sherlock Holmes portrayals. Roger Llewellyn,
Apologise, everyone. We'll be here all night while he lists.
Leonard
people.
Nimoy.
Leonard Nimoy.
Leonard
Sherlock
Nimoy,
Holmes.
1976.
Was that in Star Trek?
Yes.
in, like,
he
the-
was Holmes in Star Trek. No, this is him literally on the stage at the Royal Shakespeare Company doing Sherlock
Wow.
Holmes. Yeah. So that's the thing. Leonard Nimoy, rest his soul. Rip in peace.
Rip in peace.
Uh,
Yeah.
Ron Moody.
Ron Moody. He was Fagin in Oliver.
Was he now?
He was.
He
and he's played Sherlock
apparently-
Holmes as well.
Sherlock Holmes the musical, 1989.
Well, that makes sense.
Well, he's a musical guy, very, very musical young man.
Elementary. My dear Watson. That's how it goes, I imagine.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a huge list of. I can't go through them all. I just
No.
wanted to point out the interesting ones like Pete Cushing and Leonard Nimoy is a good one as well. Peter O'Toole,
Peter O'Toole, the other Peter. the Lawrence of Arabia.
the other Peter, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Peter O'Toole, John Cleese,
John Cleese, when did he play Sherlock Holmes?
1973, in the comedy Playhouse, Elementary, My Dear Watson.
He's played all kinds of things you don't expect.
He's a
Like,
pretty-
he's
Roger Moore,
Roger Moore. Roger Moore doesn't feel like a Sherlock Holmes to me.
Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee, I can see.
Yep.
The coolest guy in the
all
world.
these guys.
Rip in peace.
Will Farrell or Ferrell? He apparently
When?
he's shoo-in for Holmes and Watson, which is a film next year, coming soon, guys.
Next year, that is 2018.
Yeah, and I
For
think
those listening in the distant future.
we're not dating this. And I'm finally going to mention Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
He was Holmes in Without a Clue, 1988.
Without a clue, that's a film, presumably.
I imagine so.
I've
yeah.
never heard of it.
That's right. Our
Our producer says
giving-
it's good.
giving us a thumbs up.
So everyone rush out and watch Without a Clue, starring Michael Caine.
And listen to the Hungarian theatrical film starring Carolee Bauman called Sherlock Hochneck,
Exactly.
1905.
And if you're tired from all that and you just want to kick back and relax, stick on some Gabriel Ravano and just chill out
Think of us
and think of us.
while you're touching yourself.
I think that seems like an appropriate time to say until next time.
Thanks very much for joining us. I've been Luke, as always.
And I've been Max. Take care.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Wiki Roulette was presented by Luke and Max and produced by Luke and Max. If you like what you heard, make sure you hit that subscribe button for a weekly episode. See you next time.